Hi, stop pinning these children down, thinking they're going to learn how to develop. There are way too many modalities out there that, and I'm going to just start calling them out. I mean, maybe I do have to mention names, that think that pinning a child, making them scream, is going to get them to develop. Guys, it's not fair to us as parents, and it's not fair to I mean, if I was a physical therapist, and I'm sorry guys, not all of you are like this, so don't say, but if I went to work every day and every one of my clients are screaming, at what point do you not wake up and say, maybe there's a better way? No child is going to learn from this kind of thing. And as a matter of fact, if some stranger went up to you and did half the stuff that I have to review, you'd be arrested. Do you know what I mean? If a stranger walked up and did this to your child, you'd say, get away from my child and do this. We call this therapy. Like, guys, I'm not here to say do movement lesson, but part of the things that I'm here to talk to you about is development, touch, and movement, right? Most modalities don't even understand that. They think that somehow the brain is damaged and therefore the child can't do it. And so we have to change the brain to make, guys, it's movement first. No kid comes out of a womb saying, oh, there's a cold one in the fridge, Mom, let's have at it. The movement comes first. The movement is what organizes the brain. The movement, what does the brain? Now, yes, there are a lot of things you can do that causes damage to the brain, but we have to learn how to work around it. But it still has to be done through weight transfer, transitional movements, and rotational responses. But if you think that grabbing some kids' ankles and on top of that, holding them there like this while they're screaming is going to promote standing, you do realize that there's only two cultures that do that, the Swiss Army and the English Army. Right? When they're protecting the beefeaters, when they're protecting the monarchy. Do you know what kind of psychological testing that these people have to go through to be able to stand like that? And we think that that's okay with CP. Who the heck stands at 5 inches apart or feet together parallel with hands to their sides? You know what I mean? This is a military thing. And the reason they do this, people don't understand this. And you see this even with the Russians when they march like this. The more that they do these static poses, it makes the unit more subservient, right? This is why a lot of people leaving the army or military have post-traumatic stresses, because they don't undo that. They make the upper body larger than the waist. They kick these marches out, or they make these stands that are inhuman, right? So they don't go AWOL. They don't have an opinion. They're so focused on doing this rote military, positioning to their bodies, it takes the fight out of them. So they're more subservient. So they fight for me instead of for themselves, right? But what they should be doing when anybody's being released from the military is that they undo all this to put the more human movements back into their system, the weight transfer, the transitional skills, right? And the rotational responses. And they don't do that because people just don't understand the psychology that I'm trying to teach you guys. And they, again, a lot of post-traumatic stress, a lot of suicides, a lot of mental breakdowns. We're doing this to our children in the name of therapy. It has got to stop. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not going to keep watching these videos that people send me privately of what their kids are getting done, more so in physical therapy, but there's other things that do it, Bath, Napa, and so forth. I'm sorry. I am so tired that people think that this touch to a child is okay. I wouldn't let someone do it to me. So excuse me for soapboxing. It's just got to stop. But when I'm watching these things and I'm trying to help a child, and the method, and the parents trying to help a child, but the methodology that's being used is just breaking down their systems to a point they're not going to develop. Why? It hurts them. Right? If I go to reach for something, what child holds their hand down to support this, to do anything? You will never see a typical child brace for impact. You know what I mean? They don't. the pelvis has to be free so I can play and do things. But this kind of thing where they're putting down and someone's grabbing their arm and stretching them and thinking that, oh, you know, somehow the child's going to learn. You've bypassed their whole functional system in their movements, and it's got to stop, right? It's just got to stop. And I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I have to just review videos and say specifically, this is wrong, da-da-da-da-da. If you want to submit your videos that you don't mind that your child, I can black out the eyes if you're worried about that. But I will go into full detail why most modalities are just horrific to our children. It's just got to stop. We have to understand development. We have to teach it. We have to teach it to our doctors. We have to teach it to our professionals. But I'm telling you, it's just, again, look at it from another point of view. If someone was at the park and grabbed your child and did this to them, are you thinking it's therapy, or are you thinking it's being someone's really trying to, you know, abduct your child? Sorry, you know what I mean? I've just watched about 8 videos and my skin's crawling. Thanks, guys.